going on, y'all? What's up, guys? Let's go ahead and get this, man. Hopefully everybody was able to stack the Angels last night like I loved in GPP. I hope you guys were able to stack them. Hope you guys can hear me okay right now. Can hear me okay? Yo, Pete DFS, what's up? Reed Smith, what's going on, man? So we'll give it a second for everybody to come in. I have been talking with my developer on the optimizer all day. We've been working on shit, making sure that it runs smoothly, doing some tests. Matter of fact, he just asked me to do another one. What's going on, y'all? I'm going to let everybody file in. I'm about to try another test of the optimizer real quick, make sure it's how we want it. All right. Who we stacking? What's up, YouTube? Dude, what's up? Justin, what's going on? It's your boy. You ready, boss? Of course. Let's do this again, Cam. Yes, sir. Cam, what's good? Kobe, what's up, man? All right, guys. So, first of all, who was able to stack the Angels last night, like I was talking about for GPP? Who was able to stack the Angels and do well last night, man? I'm happy that worked out, man. My gut was telling me the Angels were going to be great. All right, so Craig in the motherfucking house. Uncle Craig's up in here. If you haven't already, go to greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's get it. We're winning the early slate, and we're about to do the same on the main. You got the Angels in cash? That's cool. I mean, you still cashed either way, right? Toronto rookie pitcher, Red Sox stack. I hit 215 points on Fanduel. Sweet. On fire. Shout out Dallas. I'm in North Dallas. What's up, Joe? I already know you're going to love it. You know you're going to – Otani went nuts. Who is going yard tonight? Okay, so my home run prediction of the day. That's a good question. Let me look at who I have down. Some guys that I really like for home runs today. And I'm just going to rattle off some names for you guys real quick. All right, here are the guys from the main slate that I like for home runs. All right? I'm going to let everybody make sure everybody gets in here before we start really getting into this shit because I know people are going to ask me the same question. All right, so first things first. One of my favorite bats on this slate is Mike Moustakas going against Brett Kennedy. That's one of the guys I really like. I mean, 310 ISO, 391 WOBA versus righties. I love Moustakas versus Brett Kennedy. But we've got multiple options here today on this slate, man. I mean, Stanton versus Giolito. I love Grichuk. You guys know how I feel about Grichuk. I like Grichuk versus lefties. He should be leading off. Yeah, he is leading off. And he's got the stolen base potential as well. JD Martinez versus Housechild. You guys know I think Boston's going to do well today versus that guy. Jesus Aguilar is another Milwaukee bat that could go yard. There's multiple guys, man, but we'll keep on touching that as we go. Let me make sure I'm answering the rest of these chat questions. Everybody in here, make sure you drop a like on the video real quick. All right. What up, Cam T Pro? What's up, man? Bets JD Martinez go yard. Possibly, yes. JD, yes, for sure. Bets, possible. Value outfielders. I will touch on them right now. Who do you like today for cheap value? I'll touch on all of this. Toronto stack for cash. Yes. What's the weather looking like? Let's do a weather update for you guys right now. All right. So weather update for today for this main slate. We're looking okay. We're looking all green. Everything is looking fine. Not seeing any major concerns when it comes to weather today. There are some things you do want to pay attention to, though. In the Atlanta-Washington game, the wind's blowing out to right. So that's good for lefty power, as we know. That's about it. There's no really any other. I mean, other than the Dodgers in Oakland, late tonight, have wind blowing out to right center at 11 miles per hour. That's another boost to lefties. So that's good. Let's go ahead and talk about favorite value on the slate today. All right, so when it comes to value for the day, some of my favorite value plays today for the main slate coming up. Make sure I got all my stuff lined up. All right. Some of my best value plays today. Obviously, I just talked about Moustakas at 41. I love him at that price range. That's a beautiful price for him. Mitch Moreland. I talked about him in the high five. I love the lefty-righty matchup against Housechild. That is a good matchup. Gregory Bird versus Giolito. Lefty-righty matchup, 3-8. I always love Tyler Flowers against the lefty. If you want to go with that for catcher, I always love Flowers. Randall Grichuk's only 3.9. Like I said, I love him versus lefties. He's always got the stolen base potential there as well. Some other cheap guys. Xander Bogaerts seems a little too cheap at 4.2 versus Housechild guy. Devin Travis is probably my favorite value on the slate. Batting second versus Johnson. Righty-lefty matchup. I told you guys about him in the high five. I'm still on him. I love Devin Travis batting second against Johnson. Absolutely. Justin Turner versus Fierce. Some other value. I'll touch on a few other values. Solarte batting sixth versus Johnson. I like a lot of the Toronto. When immediately looking at the slate, my immediate thinking is Toronto is a great stat for cash today, and it allows you to get some good pitching because a lot of their prices are very reasonable, and they're going against a bad lefty. Okay, and there's a lot of righties in this lineup that hit lefties well. Okay, let's go ahead and get to some other questions. What's up, Cam? Time to bring the fire like California. Yes, sir. Definitely on Toronto. Like I said, I'm definitely on Toronto. I'll touch on some GPP stacks, some stacks that might go a little under-owned because Toronto's so popular. Obviously, that's not the team you want to stack in GPP. I think they're going to be a team that's more of a cash game stack. But when it comes to GPP, some teams that might go slept on, let's go ahead and talk about that. Okay, the Cubs, obviously, are at the top of the Vegas model, and for good reason. Great matchup. A team that I really like, though, man, is I'm probably leaning towards Milwaukee as one of my favorite GPP stacks today. I think they're going to go low-owned, other than Moustakas, but I think a lot of these guys in this Milwaukee order could do very, very well at a good price and go low-owned. Kershaw always messes up when I play him double-ups. Favorite GPP pitcher. My favorite GPP pitcher today, good question. Pitcher to throw in the GPP, I like Clevenger. Mike Clevenger at 9.5. I don't love the price. I wish it was a little lower, but this is GPP. We're looking for low ownership, high upside. Clevenger versus this Minnesota team that lost Brian Dozier, lost Escobar. I think Clevenger could be a very solid play at 9.5, okay? Chacin at 7.5. That's another guy I like. Trevor Richards could be a solid one as well, okay? We already know he's going to face a ton of righties in the St. Louis lineup, so he's another good one. And if you really want to take a risk, Tommy Malone versus Atlanta, but that is a big risk. I would go with any of the guys I mentioned before I would go with Malone. Alex Gordon versus Quintana. Quintana is one of the pitchers I like today. Let's talk about my favorite pitchers on the slate today. Luis Severino and Quintana are still my favorite combination at pitcher today. They're still my top two pitchers. I love them. The matchups are just on point. Severino versus the White Sox should bounce back in a big way after him struggling a little bit so far the last few games. The chat's down a little bit for a second, but when it pops back up, I'll get back to you guys. All right. San Diego pitcher is sharp. Gant for GPP pitcher. Gant is a solid option too, Uncle Craig. Yes, I agree. I'm going to buy the MLB. Yes, sir. Greenlightdfs.com for everybody who wants to join up. Cleveland stack. Cleveland is a fine GPP stack as well, yes. Cleveland's always a good GPP stack. Always. Because their prices are so high to the point where it kind of reserves them the GPP. How would you stack Washington? Okay, my favorite stack for Washington, if you want to stack that game, would have to be I don't think you really need to stack Washington, but if you really have to stack Washington, I'll give you a stack. Okay? I would probably go with the 1 through 4, obviously, if you can manage it with Eaton, Turner, Rendon, Harper. If you want a little bit of a cheaper one, then go ahead and add Soto. You can skip out on Eaton if you want to. But yeah, 1 through 4, really. I mean, or the bottom of the order is fine, even. Gordo has good history versus Quintana. I could be wrong. I haven't really looked into his individual history versus Quintana. I just know that majority of that Kansas City lineup is going to struggle versus Quintana. At least they should. All the numbers point towards them struggling versus Quintana, for sure. Sorry if I'm missing some of y'all's chats. It keeps going off and on. Outfielder for 3,600. Yes, sir. Let me look. My favorite outfielder for 3,600. That's a good question. Get you guys some value in the outfield. All right. 36 is a tough price range, though. Probably Matt Kemp, but I don't even really like that. Honestly, I would work around some things and get a little more money in the outfield. I don't really love too much value out there today. Dodgers GPP, that's fine. Love you, man. I need rent money. Help a brother out. Yes, sir. Best to mix cash and GPP players when playing in the DK 500 free contest. Yeah, it's more obviously it's a GPP contest, so play it as you would GPP. Really, La Stella 2,900 in the 5-hole. That is a good one, Bert. I like that. Lindor or Machado at shortstop. Lindor. Close though. It's definitely close. Favorite 4K outfielders. My top 4K outfielders is Randall Grichuk versus lefties. I've mentioned him a million times. You guys keep mentioning the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger would be a good one at 4-1. Already said Matt Kemp at 3-3 could be a cheap value against Fierce. We know Kemp hits righties very well. Some other guys. Adam Duvall. That is a good one right there. I love Adam Duvall today. Favorite pitcher on Fanduel. Miami stack. Don't know about that. That's very, very GPP. My sneaky stack today is Milwaukee. Jock Peterson. Yes, he should be fine. How do you feel about Acuna Jr.? Acuna has came back from his injury he had and has been very consistent. So I have no problem with Acuna. Favorite Fanduel pitcher, Severino. Yes. I agree with Uncle Craig there. I'm glad Uncle Craig is in here so he's able to catch some of these questions and make sure he answers you guys because I have so many questions that come in. I'm trying to make sure that I can answer as much as I can. I like a Boston stacks with Quintana. Who do you like for pitchers and stacks? Favorite stack of the day is Toronto. That's my overall favorite stack of the day because they're so cheap and have such a good matchup versus a lefty. I'm with you on Quintana. I would pair Quintana up with Severino and just roll it out. What's up, Cam? Sorry I'm late. It's all good, Aiden. Malone versus Atlanta Bats. Very GPP style, for sure. I'm just soaking it all up, bro. That's good, man. Smart man. Just come in here and just soak in all the information, write it down. What about Miami pitching for GPP? The last 2 games they did pretty well. Yes, they did. It's definitely a big help with them being in Miami. Them opening the roof made it even tougher on hitters. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good GPP move. Housechild, no. I actually like stacking against him. Favorite catcher. There's multiple options. I mentioned earlier, I always love Flowers versus the lefty. But if I have to choose my overall favorite catcher of the day, it's probably between that's a tough one. It's between Contreras against Philmeyer, probably. Flowers, I love Flowers. And maybe I like Grandal if he ends up in the starting lineup. We're still in projected lineup. Brave sneaky stack. Yes. Cam, I appreciate your knowledge. You helped me cash with Angel Stack last night. That's awesome, Junior Surf. Same here. I'm writing down what I can. Toronto play if you can't stack. Oh, if you can't stack? What do you mean? I'm not understanding the question. Hey, Cam, can you name some cash game locks? Cash game locks. Severino, Quintana, start there. Make sure you got some solid pitching and then work on the bats. My advice to you would be stack up Toronto with them. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hello. Okay. Okay, I got to go. I'm live. I'm live right now. All right, see you in a minute. Bye. Jock Peterson, yes. Waiters has good BVP. You guys know how I feel about BVP. When it comes to BVP, if you want to use that as something that you make your decision over, I want you to do it between two players. Like if you're battling between Waiters and Flowers, and Waiters is BVP, and everything matches up evenly, which it doesn't. Flowers is a better play overall. But if you're looking at two guys and they're really close, all their numbers are very close to each other, then split it up with BVP. But don't weigh too much of your options on BVP. I think Fulte is sneaky, Cam. He could be. We all know Fulte's got some good stuff, man. Fulte definitely has some good stuff. Let me grab a water. All right. Favorite Brewers for a stack. Moustakas as one, Aguilar as another. I'll tell you exactly the guys that I want. I want Yelich, Kane, Moustakas, and Aguilar. Devin Travis, love him. Chacin, yes, he's fine. Do we eat Travis chalk? I think so. He's a great play today. Clevenger or Quintana for GPP? I'd go Clevenger in GPP. I think Quintana's going to be high on. And I like Clevenger's upside. Quintana in cash, though. Justin Bohr. I'm not too into Bohr today. I haven't really put too much effort into making sure I get him into. Miami lefties in GPP only. Tommy Milone after ripping it up last start. Tommy Milone could be a good GPP option, yes. Is Mike Housechild any good? Not with this matchup he has. I wouldn't play him. Cam, since the field is going to have Devin and Baez, is this a good day to go Ozzy for very low percentage? Yes. I do think Ozzy will be very low owned. So GPP, that's fine. Early line looks like cash. I agree. It does look good. It looks like we should be good to go with the early slate. Let's go ahead and keep it going into the main. Milwaukee stack of Yelich, Kane, Aguilar, Moose, and Shaw, or Cleveland stack of Lindor, Ramirez. Cleveland stack. If you could do the Cleveland stack, you might as well. But they're more expensive, aren't they? That Milwaukee stack will save you money. Of course, Edwin, we'll get back on track. We're already doing it with the early slate. Ramirez cash. Yeah, he's fine for cash. He's always fine for cash. What about Chacin today? I do like Chacin. Schwarber or Yasiel Puig? I would go Puig. Best third baseman to use? I will touch on that right now. All right, obviously, if you have the money, Ramirez. I think Camargo could be sneaky. He's very good versus lefties. Camargo could be a nice sneaky one. If you want involvement with the Chicago stack, which is high with the Vegas total, David Bote, I think that's how you say his name, at 3.7 is a great play. But I love Travis Shaw. You guys know how I feel about the Milwaukee stack. Quintana and Giolito for GPP. I don't have much interest in Giolito, but Quintana is more of the cash guy, I believe. But you probably can't go wrong with him in GPP either. Hope we can get back to winning on all sites today. Yes, sir. We're starting off good with this early slate. Long ball predictions. I already touched on them. Mike Moustakas, Stanton, Grichuk. There's a few for you. Yeah, the early slate's looking like a lock. Should I put Melky in the Cleveland stack or add Kane instead of him? Definitely Kane instead of him. Chicken fajitas, love or hate? Love. Come on, man. I have a Latina girlfriend, man. You can't go wrong with fajitas. Anything Mexican, you can't go wrong with it, okay? Any type of Mexican food, you can't go wrong. Any type of Chinese food, can't go wrong. I'll be real with you. Anything Mexican, I'm down with it. Do you like Rizzo tonight? Yes. Freddie Freeman, man, my boy Freddie is just. Do you guys have any players where when you watch him, you're just like, damn, this guy is just so good all around? Like when I watch Freddie Freeman play, I'm just like, shit, this guy is just so good. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that I will literally watch I don't really. Like, I know I'm from Atlanta. I used to be huge into watching the Braves all the time, but now that I'm more into DFS heavy, I'll watch every team spread out. So I don't watch Freddie in general, but there would be times when I was younger, when Freddie first came into the league, that I would make sure I put a Brave just to see Freddie play because Freddie Freeman is legit. Top 3 plays outside of pitcher for cash tonight. Outside of pitcher. Yes, I feel the same when I watch Baez play. Baez too. Love for Carpenter tonight. Yes. Top 3 plays outside of pitcher for cash tonight. I love Grichuk. Like I said about Toronto, I like Mitch Moreland for cash. What's another good cash guy that we could go with? Mike Moustakas, 100%. One of my favorite plays of the day today. Didi is out tonight. That's fine. He fucking let me down last night anyway. Orlando Arcia, a terrible play. I don't think he's a terrible play, but we got to keep in mind he's a terrible offensive player in general. I wish we could get defensive stats added to our scores, but unfortunately we can't. Toscar Hernandez, home run tonight. Good possibility, man. I told you guys I like Toronto. I'm with it. Dan Murphy, sure, why not? Giolito is sneaky now, Cam. Can you consider it at all? Like I've told you guys a lot, man, you can consider anything in GPP. I wouldn't go heavy on Giolito. I'm not going to tell you, yes, for sure, Giolito, or yes, good idea. I'm not going to tell you that because I don't think it's a great idea. In GPP, take the shot if you want to. Mitch Moreland, home run tonight. I believe so. If you play Brewers, it is tough to get Severino and Chacin in. So who you like in place of Severino? Quintana Chacin is fine. Edwin Encarnacion. Yes, he should be fine. Didi is out tonight. I don't give a shit about Didi. He let me down last night, so I don't care. Favorite shortstop with Didi out. Uncle Craig believes Severino is locked. I also believe so. But if you're absolutely forced, if somebody comes up to you and they're like, puts a gun to your head and said, you have to take Severino out, replace him with Quintana and go Chacin. Giolito is hot garbage. I agree. He is only a GPP play. Don't ever in your life throw him in cash, okay? Everybody, make sure you take a second to like the video down below. We have 130 people in here right now. We should have 130 likes right now. I need a cheap pitcher. Chacin is my favorite cheaper pitcher. How about the Dodgers? Yes, I do like the Dodgers. Moreland, cheap at first. Yes, he is cheap. Sorry, I couldn't really read what was going on there. Liked it. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, guys. I see the likes flooding up there. I appreciate you guys. Seattle is new, Dylan. Favorite shortstop with Didi out? Good question. With Didi out of the lineup at shortstop, I loved Didi, obviously, in the high five earlier when I did the high five last night at like 1:30 in the morning. But after thinking about it this throughout the day today anyways, I wasn't really into him anyways. I was going to switch it up for you guys anyway. But obviously, if you can afford it, go Lindor. Baez is right there with him. I'm with him too. Camargo's a good cheap option. He's not super cheap, but at 4-1. And Xander Bogaerts is also a good option. Xander at short, yes. Toscar Hernandez should be fine, yes. If you are playing cash games today, Luis Severino is a lock, okay? I would not consider trying to go cute. Lock in Severino, and you can play with Quintana or Chacin. I like those three pitchers. Seeing any value under 3,000. There was a guy somebody mentioned before that I liked, but I'm brain farting on his name right now. What was his name? 29. I think he was for the Cubs. Whoever told me that guy's name at 2,900 earlier, I'm brain farting on who that player was. Batting fifth, I believe it was. Let me know. La Stella. Thank you, William. La Stella batting fifth is a great option. You like Yelich for the Brewers? Yes, I like all of the Brewers. Thank you guys for the La Stella answer. I could not think of his name to save my life. You guys are paying attention. How about Dozier? My man Dozier's been doing big things in Los Angeles. Here's the thing with my man Dozier. Let me look into him a little more. I'm going to look at my man Dozier real quick. Okay. First thing immediately I see is versus a righty. When Dozier's versus a lefty, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm on it, you know? When he's against a righty, I don't love him near as much. Now, I do like the Dodgers okay, but only in GPP, okay? I wouldn't really put him in the cash. Keep in mind, though, Fears or Fires, however you guys know, I hate these guys' names sometimes. However you say his name, he does give up a 208 ISO versus right-handed bats, though, and Dozier hits righties with a 221. Okay? GPP is fine. Severino or Quintana on Fanduel? Severino. How's Trevor Richard tonight? GPP, he could be fine. Tommy La Stella is probably the best price value on the slate. Thank you to whoever told me that originally. I can't remember who exactly told me about him. I had seen him earlier today, but thank you for bringing him up in this live. It's very important information. You're going to do NFL preseason. I talked about this yesterday. When it comes to preseason, most of my preseason coverage is going to be in the podcast with Uncle Craig. We will be having that podcast starting here very soon. But I don't really like DFS for preseason. It's not very fun to me. No, thank you. Uncle Craig said hell no on NFL preseason. I'm kind of with him on that. Anybody who is, if you guys see any like providers or anything trying to do NFL preseason, write them off your list of providers immediately. They should not be giving you guys NFL preseason lines. Okay, at that point, they're just trying to really get some money out of you. Anyone like Aaron Hicks tonight? Hicks could be fine, yes. I do low-key like New York today. Man, Seb's been bad lately. I watched the last few games. He lost it, got no confidence in his arm, but it is the White Sox. All right, Joseph, let me talk to you one-on-one real quick. Me and you, Joseph. All right, me and you, bro. I agree with you. Severino has been tough the last 4 games. The most important thing when it comes to DFS, though, man, is you got to let it go. Okay, we know what Severino's capable of. We know how good he is. We know how big of a favorite he is in this game. So off the top, Severino's going to get the win. Let's be real. Okay, Severino's going to be real. He's going to get the win. That's one. Okay. But after 4 down days, a player of Severino's caliber with a matchup like this, I think this is the matchup where he can get it back together. Okay, so I have confidence in Severino. Isn't fading him the ultimate GPP play? Yeah, and GPP, I'm fine with fading him. That's fine, yeah. You're a degenerate if you bet on preseason DFS. Exactly. It's pretty dumb. I'll just be real. Now, me not playing preseason DFS does not mean I don't love watching preseason football. I like to take the preseason to enjoy and soak in as much information as I can from these young guys making moves and, you know, training camp going on and stuff. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. I don't want to spend that time. I don't want to spend my preparation time for the season playing preseason DFS because it's useless, okay? I want to spend my time getting prepared for what's about to happen with the regular season and where the really real money comes in. On top of that, me and Uncle Craig are doing the podcast. So we have a lot of things we're going to be soaking in from the preseason to do our videos. We don't really have time to deal with DFS when it comes to preseason. But I understand there's people out there who will play DFS anything. Who are your cash game pitchers? Quintana and Severino, if you can afford them. If you can't afford Quintana, I would go Chacin with him. Yeah, I love watching preseason football. I do. But playing DFS on it, no thanks. Harper, Stanton, JD, and Betts. Rank them. Okay. Betts, JD, Stanton, Harper. In that order. Just reverse them. Any love for Tommy Milone? In GPP, he's fine. Jackie Bradley Jr. Michael, thank you for bringing him up. He's a guy that I have definitely been looking at today, and I always like him when he's versus a righty. Or did I say that right? Yeah. Jackie Bradley's a lefty. Yeah. So Jackie Bradley's definitely a guy that I like. Yes. Michael, good call. I want you guys all to know that right now. I'm saying that right now. I like Jackie Bradley Jr. If it comes down to it and you have his price left over, yes. No love for Benintendi. Of course I have love for Benintendi. You like Quintana and Chacin in 551 person double up? Yes. That's fine. If you can't afford Severino, that's fine. You like Duvall and Camargo in cash? Yes, I like Duvall and Camargo today. Any interest in Grichuk or JBJ? Not exactly sure who JBJ is, but Grichuk, I love him. I definitely like Grichuk. Padres sneaky tonight. GPP. GPP only. Only. Oh, Jackie Bradley Jr. Okay. Yes, I have interest in both of them, Jared. Yeah, I was just talking about Jackie. JBJ is Jackie Brad Jr. Okay, thank you. Muncie. There's other third baseman I'd rather go with. No problem, Jared. 5, 6, 7, 8 Atlanta stack. That's fine. GPP, though. No need to put that into cash games. Ozzy at second base. Yeah, Ozzy is just fine. Which Cubs you like for a stack? Obviously, the regular Baez. We talked about La Stella. I would definitely get La Stella into a Cub stack that you like. Definitely incorporate La Stella into it. I'll see what I like the most, though. Here we go. I like the Bote guy. Honestly, I kind of like the 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of. The Hayward, Bote, La Stella stack. I kind of like that a lot. Because those are very good prices. Very solid prices for those guys. Any love for Trevor Richards? Only in GPP. A 1 to 5 Brewer stack, nice. Yes, I like the Brewers today. That's where that L power is. Rizzo's birthday. Oh, that's a good little narrative. If you have to take one bat from the Dodgers lineup, who would it be? One bat from the Dodgers. Oh, man. That's tough. One bat from the Dodgers tonight. Something tells me Bellinger's going yard tonight. Has that official lineup dropped yet? I like Bellinger a lot in GPP. Cash games, Moreland, Bellinger, or Bowers? Moreland. You passing on Kershaw tonight? Yes. Why is Severino a lot? Okay, so the last 4 games I know Severino has struggled. But Severino's still Severino, guys. All right, he's a huge favorite here against Chicago. Don't sleep on Severino, please. Okay, DFS, you got to have a short memory. I get it. He's probably lost y'all some money over the last 4 starts. But this is Luis Severino versus one of the most strikeout-prone offenses in the league. With a huge they're huge favorites. He should get the win as well. So Machado Jock, Machado are just fine as well. I like Bellinger and GPP. I think he's going to go low owned. Any love for Devers at third base on DK? Yes, I like Boston today. Toscar Hernandez. Yes, I like him with that Toronto stack. Devers on Fanduel lock. No weather issues tonight, right? Sorry, busy cooking the kids dinner. No weather issues. You don't have to worry too much about it. What about Rizzo? Why has he been so disappointing? Some guys just go through little slumps, man, and at the end of the day, you gotta look at who they are as a player. Okay, is this guy a good player or not? Most of the time, good players will bounce back. So the question is, when will he bounce back? Will tonight be the night? That's the question. And we've talked about Vegas obviously thinks so. Okay, the Cubs stack is the top on the board today when it comes to Vegas. Stanton or Toscar Hernandez? Man, I'd go Stanton. Some value bets to offset the expensive Savvy Quintana. Yeah, La Stella, we talked about, is our favorite value at 2.9. You got Grichuk's only 3.9. You got Matt Kemp with that Dodgers stack only 3.3. Moustakas 4.1. Damn, I just remembered their prices. Wow. Surprising. How you feel about Albies? I do like Albies. Yes. Third base hard to fill tonight. Devers is fine at third base. Moustakas, though, it shouldn't be very hard. Rizzo is in a good spot. I'll give that to you. JD Martinez in play. Yes, he's one of my dinger predictions tonight. Cash game shortstop. Baez is good. I mean, Baez. I love Baez all the time, really. Toronto stack, 9-1-2, Pilar, BVP, Grichuk, and Davis. That's actually a very good idea, Joseph. I kind of like that. Not many people will do that back end to front end stack. I like that, though. Okay, the 9-1-2, I like it. Anybody with a double dong? Double dong potential today. JD Martinez, probably. He's the one who's got the opportunity. I don't know if he does, but JD's been hot, man. Muncy yard tonight? I don't know. I don't know if Muncy goes yard tonight. Adonis Garcia, minimum on Fanduel. St. Louis bat. Any thoughts? That's solid. Where is he batting in the order? He's batting at the end of the order, right? All the way at the back. He's a good little flyer play if you want to fill in. Harper going yard. Harper's always could go yard. If I had to predict if he goes yard tonight, I would say no. Cheap GPP pitcher. We talked about some GPP pitchers earlier. I will touch on it one more time. Some real cheap. John Gant is a solid GPP option here today. He's going to be going against a Miami team with a lot of righties. John Gant. Don't sleep on Gant. He's sucked this year, but GPP, hey. Greg Bird, yes. Okay, guys, I just realized I've ran way over time. Thank you guys so much for coming to join me once again. Before you roll out, make sure you drop a like on the video down below. Make sure you guys hit me up on Twitter at @Cam_ATL for any questions that I wasn't able to answer or I missed your question. Let's go ahead and spam up that 200 in the comment section while we roll out of here. Let's go for a big night tonight, man. Good luck, everybody. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad. I will be back on here tomorrow. I will see you guys then. Good luck tonight, and I'm out.